All right, so this is gonna be like a collection of three dreams that I had, all within a week time frame, which is a lot. I haven't had a dream in I don't know, months. It's been a long time since I've had another dream. Anyways, I'll get right into it. First dream. I was at a party during the day, right? A bunch of people getting together, and I was talking to someone, and they just started to turn in front of me. They started to turn into a giant rat. Like they were still, say they were 6 foot tall or so. They were still 6 foot tall. It's just their face turned into a rat face. And they turned into a rat. No one noticed. This is important because this is like a confirmation that I got from after the fact. Actually, just yesterday, and I had this dream about 2 weeks ago. No one noticed. No one. It seemed to me that I was the only one, and there was probably a good 30 people at this soiree. I was the only one that saw him turn into a rat, or realized he was a rat. Anyways, I turned to walk away to go do something else, and then I look, and on the floor, he's like crawling on the floor. He's kind of like a mix between like what you would think, like what Frankenstein's face looked like, kind of like stitched together. You know what I'm saying? Big stitches, and he was green, but like a chunk of his forehead was like peeling off. He was kind of like he was like the living dead, right? He was like a zombie. He wasn't trying to eat me or bite me or anything, but he was like a zombie, And again, I was the only one that saw it. I saw him. Everyone was just going about their business, not a care in the world. And I look outside, and maybe about, I don't know, a couple hundred yards out the window, it's like a dirt road. There's a cornfield behind it, and I saw a giant, 30, 35 foot tall, 40 foot tall, running down the street. That's when people saw it. That's when people realized something was up, that something was happening. I saw trailers, like cars. This might have been because I was at a campsite when this dream happened. We were camping up north, but trucks pulling campers, just driving over the grass and just trying to get away, escape, right? Exit. They're driving, and everyone's freaking out. Everyone in the house at the party I was at realized something's going down, right? And everyone scatters and runs. And then me and two other people run outside. And when we get outside, there is the giant right in front of us, the monster. And we split up in three different directions. And he follows me. The monster follows me. The giant follows me. And I'm running. And I'm going like in a basement and back up the other stairs and through the house and out. And the whole time the monster's right behind me. I can see him every time I look back. But I keep going and keep running in and out of houses, trying to escape. And eventually I get away. I like come up out through a basement outside, and I'm outside and I look and the monster's not there anymore, and I woke up. I got my own interpretation for the dreams. Before that dream, maybe I might share that at a different point, but that was a dream, right? Let's see, dream 2. call it the Underground Railroad. You know, I don't know what to call it. So there were these little. So I used to live in Florida, and people who live in Florida or by toll roads, maybe over in Chicago, you'll know too. There's like these little passes. They're little square pieces. Usually they stick them in your windshield. You know, down in Florida, it was called the Sun Pass. Basically, it just goes, it's on there for toll roads, so you don't have to stop at a booth to pay. You just keep driving. Anyways, it's like a tracking chip. And I received a letter from my current Consumers Energy, is my energy provider, in real life. But in the dream, I got a letter from them that had this chip in it. And they wanted me to put it in my car. So, it didn't say why. They just really wanted me to put it in my car. I mean, it was so they could track me. I knew that. And track the vehicles. Which most vehicles already have these chips in them. Right? That's why everything's been updated to electrical and massive amount of electronics in the dash. And I mean, the chips are already in the vehicles. But anyways, they gave me a letter, right, and it was like $45 off your electric bill if you put this chip in there. And I didn't open it, didn't do it, and I got another letter. I got them at the same time, but they were post-dated like 2 weeks apart, if that makes sense, right? And the next letter was $90 off. You know, kind of like what's happening with the, you know, the Jabberoonie is we'll give you $10, we'll give you $100, we'll give you $1,000. We'll sign you up for the lottery for $1 million, you know. Anyways, so I had that, okay? Now, there was a lot of, like, drones flying around, like small quad drones, you know, the little helicopter, 4-propeller drones, right? Like DJI type drones. And they would track vehicles. They would fly behind vehicles, and they would fly behind people walking. The people were being tracked, and they didn't care. Now, it was weird. I was in a pretty, we'll call it a mid-sized city, pretty decent size, comparable to Grand Rapids. If you know what that's about, let's see. Let's just take Grand Rapids. I mean, it was about that size. Not a lot of people. There was not a lot of people, at least out. I did not see a lot of people. There was people, but not a lot at all. And when they were walking down the sidewalks or whatever, these drones were just flying behind them, just tracking them, watching them. They didn't care. Kind of fast forward. I got picked up more or less by this group of people. 4 other people. There's 5 of us in the car. 2 kids in the very back. One of the kids was sick. Anyways, I got in this van. It was an old car, falling apart. They didn't have a tracking chip in it. None of them were being tracked. This was part of that, like the Underground Railroad, right? We were going to see an underground doctor. You know, people who opted out of the system. They weren't part of the system. You didn't, you know, if you weren't being tracked with the chip, chip and chips, multiple chips, you know, can't say the word. It's one of the flagged words. The G. Raf. Say that way. I hope you know what I'm saying. Some of you pick it up. Anyways, there was people, right, that didn't take part in that, right, and they weren't a part of the normal society, and everything was underground. They were being pursued to be found, right, just like the Underground Railroad back in the day with the slave trade, right? They weren't being tracked, but they were being chased, we'll call it, right? They weren't being actively chased, but I mean, people were searching these people out. They were trying to be found, right? Anyways, part of the underground system. At one point, we were on a skyscraper, a roof. This drone was trying to find us, and we were hiding from it, and it couldn't find us, couldn't see us. Then I woke up. Those dreams were 2 days apart. 2 days apart. 5 days later, I had another dream. Call it Tabernacles. You know, it was Tent City. I was walking through the woods. I just ran, trail in the woods. I came across like a really, really rough, what you would picture like a homeless tent, a homeless person's tent, right? Super rough. Really rough. Crap, I need to go straight. Dang. Anyways, it was just one single one, right? And I kept walking. There was another one. It was a little bit nicer. And then I kept walking, and all of a sudden there was this fence. And turn around. There was a fence. And then off to the left on the trail, it ended up being like a little tent city. Super nice tents. Not like tents you would think about, like Coleman tents, they're like the old like military style tents. And I mean that like big leather canvas tents. They weren't military. They were all super bright and colorful, a lot of colors, vibrant colors. And the city went I call it a city. It was just a little, call it 100, 200 foot long, 100, 200 foot wide, and it was just in a circle. Peeked over the fence. There was a campground. I didn't see any people at this time. There was no people. I didn't see anyone. Peeked over a fence. It was a campground. Didn't see any people. Next thing I know, I'm walking in this mall, which I understood was right to the other side. Right behind the campground, basically. Again, I saw one mom and a daughter, young child, maybe about 6, 7 years old, and mom. And that's it. That's all I saw. But back at the tent city, there's like this giant umbrella you could get under to get out of the sun. It was super. It was super nice. Yeah, kind of that place in the wilderness, I think. Anyways, those are my 3 dreams I had. I waited. I was gonna upload them earlier, and then had some things come up, and didn't get to do that. And then I haven't really felt led to share it one way or another until today. So here it is. Yeah. Anyways, those are my dreams. What do you guys think? Like I said, I've got my own understanding of all 3 of them, but I'm interested in what you guys think. Yeah, well, and then so I had that. When I had the tent city dream, that is when I woke up with the words given: repent and prepare. That's closing in. Time's short. Jesus coming back real quick, real fast. Yeah. Anyways, I haven't had dreams in a while, so it was nice to have some dreams again. I think we can all feel it. Something's coming. Something big is coming. A lot of things going on right now, right? A lot of distractions going on right now. When something big happens, when the catastrophic event happens, we ain't gonna. It's not gonna be. I'm not saying the volcano ain't gonna go off eventually. Well, it is going off. Ain't gonna slide in. The Lord showed me last year. Both coasts are gonna get hit with waves. There's gonna be massive flooding on both coasts. I saw that last September, right around this time. It was towards late September. But I don't think we're gonna get like a heads up. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So either way, everyone can feel something's gonna happen. Ring of Fire's popping off again. China's struggling hard with their real estate market. They're $300 billion, I think, or more. So their economy is going downhill, which means they're going to pull out of our economy, which means we're going to go downhill. So look forward to that. Yeah, a lot of stuff. I don't know. Eyes open, no fear. Jesus coming back soon. All right, take care, guys.